Awaken your power. This is Mindset Mastery.
You ever notice how overthinking feels smart? It feels responsible. It feels mature. Like you're being careful, analyzing every angle, avoiding every mistake. But here's the painful truth. Nobody tells you. The more you overthink, the weaker your confidence becomes. Not because you're wrong, but because you're never willing to move. And life rewards movement, not endless mental rehearsals. Let me show you why something that feels noble is quietly destroying your self-belief. Most people think overthinking means you're deep. They think it means you're wise. But the reality is much darker. Overthinking is what happens when your mind becomes a prison that looks like a control room. You think you're preparing, but you're actually procrastinating. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually avoiding life. And you can't build confidence from behind a locked door. So let us break down why this happens and how to escape it before it eats your potential alive. First reason, overthinking tricks you into feeling productive while doing nothing. Your brain starts running simulations. What if I mess up? What if they don't like me? What if I choose the wrong thing? What if I'm not ready? And it feels like work. It feels like you're solving a problem. But you're not. You're just looping the same fears in a slightly different voice. Imagine you're about to send a message to someone you like. Your thumbs are ready. You've typed the message 12 times, deleted it 13. You think you're crafting the perfect line. But really, you're just delaying the moment where you have to face reality. And every time you delay, you teach your brain one thing. I can't handle this. Confidence dies right there. Not from failure, but from hesitation. Second reason, overthinking makes small problems feel gigantic. If you stare at anything long enough, you'll find cracks. A simple decision becomes a life-altering crisis. A small task becomes a monster. Think about it. You have a simple assignment at work, something you could finish in an hour. But instead of starting, you start thinking, what if I don't do it perfectly? What if my boss hates it? What if this affects my future? Now you're stressed. Now your heart beats faster. Now the task looks bigger, heavier, scarier. The problem didn't grow. Your overthinking magnified it. Confidence comes from handling things while they're small. But if your mind turns everything into a mountain, you never get the chance. Third reason, overthinking destroys trust, not in others, but in yourself. Confidence is simple. It's self-trust, the belief that whatever happens, I'll deal with it. Overthinkers don't trust themselves. They trust their fears more. That's why they rehearse conversations in their mind. That is why they replay old mistakes, like a movie they hate but can stop watching. That's why they planned 100 different outcomes for a situation that will only have one. When you overthink, you're telling yourself, I don't believe I'll know what to do in the moment. And that belief kills your confidence more than any external failure ever could. Think about the people you admire, the confident ones. They're not fearless. They're not perfect. They're not magically prepared. They just trust themselves enough to improvise. Self-trust is a muscle. Overthinking is how you weaken it. Fourth reason, overthinking keeps you in your head instead of your life. Life doesn't happen in your thoughts. Life happens in your actions, your relationships, your risks, your attempts, your failures, your wins, your lessons. But overthinking disconnects you from all that. You're physically present, but mentally trapped. You're sitting at dinner thinking about a mistake from 3 years ago. You're in a meeting thinking about what someone might think of you. You're trying to sleep, but replaying every embarrassing moment of your life. You can't build confidence in a world you're not fully living in. Confidence comes from doing, from showing up even when you're unsure, from making decisions before you have all the answers, from letting life happen instead of over-editing it in your mind. So, what's the way out? How do you break the cycle? You don't need more thinking. You need more deciding. Confidence grows every time you take imperfect action. Every time you move before your brain finishes its 50th what if. Every time you choose progress over perfection. Next time your mind starts spiraling, ask yourself, is this thought helping me move or keeping me stuck? If it's the second one, cut it. Take one small step. Send the message. Start the task. Say the thing. Walk forward even if the path isn't fully lit. Because here's the truth you need to hear. You don't need perfect thoughts to build confidence. You need proof. Proof from your own actions that you can handle life as it comes. Overthinking gives you zero proof. Action gives you all of it. So let me leave you with this. You will never think your way into confidence. You will only act your way into it. Life doesn't reward the person who thinks the most. It rewards the person who moves. Stop trying to predict every outcome. Stop trying to avoid every mistake. Stop trying to feel ready. Choose movement over mental noise. Choose decisions over doubts. Choose imperfect action over perfect hesitation. That's how confidence is built. One step, one choice, one moment of courage at a time. If this message hit you hard, good. That means you needed it. Now, tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you've been overthinking lately? And what's the first small action you can take today? If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. And remember, thinking doesn't change your life. Action does.